Okay, guys. Old guy reactions here with another old guy.
What are you saying, man?
Exactly.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you.
Okay.
You're an old
Now
guy.
that I'm looking at you.
I at least have bags on my eyes so I can say I'm old. Anyway,
That's
we're
right.
listening to Five Finger Death Punch, Wrong Side of Heaven.
Okay.
And have you ever heard of Five Finger Death Punch?
I think so, but I have no idea what the genre is. I have no idea what the sound is.
Right, I've heard somebody say Five Finger Death Punch.
Very catchy name.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you see this? You know what this is? This is a 10
finger.
Death Punch.
All right.
Okay, ready? Go!
I spoke to God today, and she said that she's ashamed. What have I become? What have I done? I spoke to the devil today, and he swears he's not to blame. And I understood, 'cause I feel the same. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly care. I'm on the wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell. I heard from God today, and she sounded just like me. What have I done, and who have I become? I saw the devil today, and he looked a lot like me. I looked away, I turned away. Arms wide open, I stand alone.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I was getting lost in it, dude. I forgot we were actually.
Yeah, it's okay.
Doing a critique here.
Me too. Well, you just have to let it go. But so here's what's interesting: is I live in a military town.
Yeah.
We have 5 military bases in our town. So 75% of my city is military. Like
I live in a
or
military
have
town, too.
served in military. What?
I live in a military town too.
Absolutely, you do.
Yeah.
That's right. So it's interesting because I have friends that go through this kind of stuff. I remember a friend in my office did 4 tours, and he didn't know I was at the office. I was in the back room, and he came in the door, and he was sitting there. I walked. I was like, "Hey, man!" And he immediately started screaming like something triggered in him when I walked in. It wasn't that he was scared of me like I was a burglar.
Right.
It was the way I said, "Hey!" or something like that.
That is you. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It
Yeah, that is
scared
you.
the crap out of him from his tours and stuff. And so, you take that stuff back to...
Did he say that
Yeah.
He was a little jumpy.
Oh, yeah. Once he freaked out and calmed down, he's like, "Oh, dude, I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
You know, I had flashbacks right when something happened, like whatever happened,
Wow.
it triggered him, right?
Wow.
So you take that back to your families, and they're saying 42% end up in divorce or whatnot. You take it back to your employer, right? And you can't. It's hard to hold a job because you have flashbacks. I don't know what the answers are.
Yeah.
I really don't know what society can do. I mean, we try everything we possibly can. My son served as a Marine, and people come back with disabilities. It is what it is. I don't know what the answers.
War, by its nature, is going to destroy. But the thing is we forget. We kind of categorize, I think, the casualties and the wounded and the destruction. We say, oh, only this many died, and then we kind of forget the destruction of people's psyches and a lot of the other wreckage that happens. That it's kind of like we were talking about earlier today about how people can look healthy, but actually internally, they can get blown from the side from some little disease simply because they were unhealthy all along.
Yeah.
And we can't see it.
Yeah.
So I feel out of my depth commenting.
It is hard. So you have, if you look at a boat, have you ever been in a boat where you're just shooting across a lake? You have this little boat, right? You're on this massive body of water. You're shooting across the lake. You look behind the boat, and what do you see? A gigantic wake.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can represent these guys' lives as the boat. Behind that, there could be a wake of destruction. Like, if something happens to them, that destruction goes on through family and friends and life, and like, it's humongous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's not just one person that it affects. It's a wake of destruction behind it. So anyway, let's keep going. You ready?
Okay.
Go.
I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven, and the righteous side of hell. I'm not defending, downward descending, falling further and further away, getting closer every day.
Okay, so I'm trying to listen to the music,
Yeah.
and it's pretty, it's hard rock.
Yeah.
It's probably not the genre that I would necessarily listen to, but it fits this theme so perfectly. But the thing is I am like totally consumed by the message here.
Yep.
If I heard this on the radio or happened to, just in passing, I would not have known it was about this subject.
Sure.
But the images and stuff are pretty visceral for me because I live in San Diego, California, and a huge number of homeless people live in our city, live in LA, live in San Francisco, and this kind of hits home, because I see it all the time. We were staying at a hotel recently, and outside I had to unpack our car. Within 10 minutes, there were at least 3 guys that were yelling and shouting expletives, kind of like this guy just raging.
Right. Yeah, rage.
Not at anybody necessarily. They also they obviously had some mental issues, emotional issues.
Yep.
No one cared. No one blinked an eye. I mean, there's so much social commentary that I could just vomit up right now.
Yeah, I agree.
About war, about our responsibility to our vets, about
Yep.
we asking young people to do something and then drop kicking them with the VA system after they get here.
Right.
About what we do with homelessness and we've deinstitutionalized, but then say you're on your own. And I just don't get me started. This will be a long video.
Okay, so the song itself, I'm just loving the rock and the guitar and stuff like that. Like you said, I'm listening to the music and I'm like, yeah, I can totally
What does it
listen.
sound like to you?
I'm on the wrong side of hell.
I mean, it's not like I said, it's not my kind of music.
Yeah.
What does it sound like to you if you didn't know?
I don't know. It's unique. I don't know if it sounds like it's just rock. I mean, heavy metal. I mean, not even heavy metal. I don't even know what you call it. It's just rock, hard rock. Which I like.
Well, I don't know. Is this death metal almost?
No. Mm-mm.
I don't know if it has its own genre.
It's just
but
good rock.
Okay.
All right, ready?
All right.
Go. Wow.
Closer every day. Arms wide open, I stand alone. I'm no hero, and I'm not made of stone. Right or wrong, I can hardly tell. I'm on the wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell. The wrong side of heaven and the righteous side of hell.
Wow.
Well, I think
We got stop.
it's almost done.
Yeah. Wait.
Becomes kind of a social commentary and a call out for
Yeah.
helping these guys. Mostly
Okay.
guys.
I'll stop it here because now it's just going to be organizations.
Yeah.
All right.
Like I said, I'm a little bit out of my depth because I actually know people and people that are married to people that could speak far more authoritatively in volumes about this.
Sure. Yep.
But I think I do remember seeing a guy who was in the service. I don't remember his name, but he wrote a book called Tribe. And his belief was that a lot of the post-traumatic issues that then tumble into divorce, domestic abuse, homelessness, alcoholism, drug abuse, that a lot of that came out of these guys who felt a camaraderie in a combat zone. They felt really tight, and it was under the circumstances, and you're forced to be intimate with, the guys you trained with, the guys you are based with, the guys you sleep with and fight with. And then all of a sudden their tour ends or the conflict ends and they're put back into society very quickly.
Yep.
And all of a sudden they feel lonely because they were in this amazingly tight, camaraderie, friendship.
Let me tell you what happens.
Okay.
Because I have experience with this. So when you have somebody's in the military for years and years and years,
Right.
say 15 years straight or whatever, 10 years, whatever. They get in when they're 18, and the military takes care of them constantly for 10 years. Everything you need you have, right? Everything you need, you're taken care of.
Shelter.
You don't know what it's like to go out and fight for a job and fight for things. And, yes, you're living in the world, but you're not really living in the world, right?
Sure.
So what happens is when you get out, they out process you, and you should be taking some. They want to teach you on, okay, this is what reality is going to look like when you get outside this system.
Okay.
It's going to look like a nightmare, right? And they try to tell you how. But everybody goes, oh, I already live outside. I don't need this. And then they leave. And they don't even take any of the classes or things to equip you for that, right?
Okay.
As soon as they get out, dude, it is brutal because they don't realize. Now they're on their own. The wolves are just coming in, and these guys are saying, look, I'm not a hero, man. Or, even though we think they're heroes, they're saying, some of them end up in the gutter, right? Because they don't realize what do they need to do? What do I do? So it's a tough thing.
Well, that's even outside the actual, mental trauma. If they went into combat,
right.
And had to do things that then maybe morally or ethically they were unsure of, because you've got two different worlds. One where you're literally fighting for survival.
Yep.
And you do things there that over here you would probably said, no, I would never do that.
Mm-hmm.
But then to survive, you're like, well, I'm protecting the guy next to me.
Right.
So right now, again,
there's so many different facets of it, dude.
I like watching war movies, but a movie is nothing compared to reality.
Yeah, exactly.
So
yeah,
out of my depth here.
Okay, 5-finger death punch. I think we've exhausted this one. All right, wrong side of heaven.
It's a good song.
Yep.
I liked it. Thanks
Talk
for the
to you guys
suggestion.
later.
Okay.
Peace.
Bye.